let's open our September 13th meeting of the Rutland Planning Board. Members present are Marilyn Sidoti, Dick Williams, and myself, Norm Anderson. Members absent, Kevin Jarvie and Tim Narwald. We also have staff member Dave George, the town planner, and Tamika Murphy, secretary, present. And our first order of business is minutes of the August 23rd meeting. Any questions, comments?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Now for discussion.
Okay.
I know I was on the phone, but down on the bottom of the first page, and I could have, I thought, question, did I not tell him to check with the DPW director about the land between 68 and his property line? And I don't know.
I do remember you telling them that.
I think so, yeah.
And to me, it's just one of those things.
Is it necessary?
Is it necessary? But there again, I would like to point out that it is, in my opinion, an error someplace that, it should have been,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you repeat that just so Tamika can get it as an addition?
And Dick, you're talking about in the section about the A&R that was withdrawn?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I will put it down there just before roll call vote or
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay, and what do you want it to say?
I had, I told him to check with the DPW director about the land between Route 68 and his property line. The old, his property line is where old Route 68 used to be,
Yeah.
and they changed it.
Yeah.
And that, the only problem I had with this packet, I was reading page 3. On page 2, it said page 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping you on your toes, Dick.
Is there a page 4?
Page 4? It wasn't in the folder. I'm sorry. So
I think I was the last thing anyway, so
Yeah.
I just was curious. And you got my name in there, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Could you rotate? Next.
You're talking about the last page of the minutes, right?
Well, this is page 2 that it was on, and on the bottom of this thing,
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
Mm-hmm.
it says page.
Page 3.
It says
It
page.
says that's
scroll
what
down.
It says page 2 there, but on mine
Yeah,
it
so
says
keep-
page 2.
Oh, yeah, mine says page 2.
If you
That was
scroll
page
down
two.
further.
Yeah, and then it stopped right there. See how it
Yeah.
work on the. I said, where's the rest of this?
Yeah. So,
I don't know what happened to it. I did complete them
Okay.
because
Well-
I have the adjournment and everything on there.
Yeah.
okay.
It's possible that that was omitted inadvertently when the packet was put together.
Yeah. That's what I kind of think.
Yeah. It probably would have only been a line or so.
I think so.
Yeah.
That was pretty much close to the
Yeah.
end of it.
Yep, so when I post them to the website, I'll just make sure that it has that last page with when they
Okay.
adjourned. 'Cause
Very
that was the
good.
only other thing on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Tamika,
Yeah,
I'm not really upset because you got my name in there.
absolutely. We can't forget you, Marilyn.
Okay. Any other additions, corrections?
No, I haven't.
So,
Okay, then all in favor?
all right.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let's see, item 2, A&Rs, of which we have none. Item 3, continued hearing, 6:40, well, it's not 6:45 yet. So let's skip down to item 4, Brice Lemon, bond reduction and authorization for the detention basin. And, okay, we gotta skip way into all of this. Bond reductions.
How well do you remember open space?
Eh,
When I saw this picture, figure 1, on Quinn's report, on Brice Lemon, I was shocked. In our bylaws, I put down here, slope is mentioned, and I can't, I went to start to try to find it, and I can't find it. How does this match, and what is now, on the back end of these houses,
yeah,
didn't we have a 20% grade? So if 45% is like that, and that's about what these things look like, if not
It's-
50% grade.
yeah, if I remember, it is regarding the open space, not just the subdivision, the open space, but to be counted as part of the open space, no more than certain amount of it, or only land with less than a 20% slope or something like that, could be considered a part of the open space, or counted as a part of the open space.
But not for building.
No,
It was open, but you're,
I'm 90% sure it was only on the open space.
in the back of my mind, I keep thinking it was where the houses were,
Mhm.
they could not put it on
Yeah.
anything any more than 20% grade.
No.
Because I'm saying, yeah, I would hate to be,
Yeah, I know.
I know,
if you had your kids going out the back door, holy Toledo.
Yeah.
And you had to go down and pick up your kids and run back up to the house.
Mhm.
I don't know, okay, anyways.
no, I agree. I was shocked when I saw the first, when I first looked at this, and I think I ran and got my husband and said, look at that. So this is
Is
the
that-
finished slope?
That's supposedly the finished slope behind those houses, and they're supposed to be stabilized, or in the process of being stabilized.
Yeah.
This may be right out of the realm of things, but I'm gonna say it right here. Do you think that we should go back into our subdivision rules and regulations and say, this will not be acceptable anymore? I feel that looking out for the safety of,
I think it would be a good idea to look at it. I'm not necessarily convinced we could do much about it, but yes, we should look. Because it appears that modifying the topography of these subdivisions has just gone to an extreme,
a big extreme.
you know?
And
And
to me, I wanna know what these houses are gonna look like in 20 years.
yeah,
Is a settlement gonna happen in the back and the foundation crack? And who's held responsible?
yeah.
So you're saying, on this project, I don't see how we can
We
change
can't do
it.
We
anything.
can't do
That's-
But
anything.
you're also
that's
saying that we
project, but
couldn't do anything in the
Assuming
regs?
somewhere we do get into really reviewing our subdivision regulations, yes. And it would probably more apply to open space, although I don't know where some kind of conditional like that would go. Whether it would be in the open space design option or whether it would be subdivision regulations.
I would say just straight subdivision regulations,
Probably,
because
you know.
you don't know what's
Yeah,
for property, because I remember somebody speaking a long time ago, the nice areas for houses and things like that are
they're
not that
gone.
many, they're gone.
Oh, yeah.
So what's left is
Mhm.
hills and things like that, so
Yeah,
I feel that maybe sometime in the future we need to
like I say,
take a look at that.
I can't,
Okay, calm
can't
down.
argue that. Okay.
I can't possibly imagine living in any of those houses.
Well, there's a lot of things that I've seen lately that I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, bond reduction on Brice Lemon for Phase 3.
Actually, Mr. Chair, if I could, so
Yep.
the bond reduction is dependent on what happens with the detention basin amendment.
So we should,
Because depending on what happens there,
Okay.
that's
yeah,
gonna be the final bond amount, or it would need to be revised if the detention basin amendment is not accepted.
okay. Anyway, the, we have gotten a follow-up thing from Quinn Engineering on the detention basin, which still leaves, he's still leaving those questionable things as deferring to this office. Okay, he's not saying yes or no. However, he did also include, and it's the last page of that, oh, come on,
Suggested conditions?
the August 29th report from Quinn. And it's the last page, but the third page, not the last page, the third page. About halfway down the page, it says suggested conditions.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna leave it to one of you, if you are interested in making a motion to approve the design of that detention basin, subject to the conditions on this page 3 of the August 29th Quinn report.
I would approve this plan according with the conditions. What else do I need to say?
Conditions,
Conditions listed
in the Quinn report.
Listed in the,
which to me,
Documents.
they're pretty complete. I think he's covered pretty much everything that we could worry about structurally.
Marilyn's made the motion.
Yeah,
Time for discussion.
yeah.
How tall is the
Well,
fence?
second first.
Second.
Okay, now
Okay.
discussion.
How tall is the fence? It's no mention whatsoever in here how tall the fence is or how tall I wanted it said preventing unwanted access to the top of the wall.
Mhm.
How tall was the wall? And I was trying to find, something that
That showed,
showed the height.
no,
And plus, I just feel that when let's talk fences,
yeah, I know. I don't know,
is it a deterrent? Is it gonna be barbed wire on the top?
no,
All right.
obviously not. It's
So it's gonna be razor wire.
And it's the same kind of fences that they do at the wetland crossings. I'm sure it's just gonna be one of those standard fences.
are you
And
saying?
if someone
Well-
really wants to get over it,
Well,
yeah, they can get over it.
if you're talking, what do they call that, nut box fence? It gives a place for the kids to put their toes in to walk up the fence.
Yeah, cattle fence
Yeah.
or something like that. No. It would be a chain link fence, to be sure.
Are you saying you want to make that a condition?
Well, I feel that a number one, I want it tall enough to deter.
Mhm.
I know that kids are always
They'll find a way.
they'll find a way,
Right.
Mm.
but it'll have to be up to the people and that. Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
be the best for them.
Yeah. You can't idiot-proof the world. That's
I know. That's why I wish it was electric fence because how many times do have you ever grabbed an electric fence for a cow? You get nailed. Once.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I love to see.
Have been nailed by one.
And the kids will never touch it again.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'll leave it up to. I just don't want to see a short fence. It just gives the kids more. Oh, look how tall that! Yeah, and over they go. But if it's up there about 5 or 6 feet,
I think the standard fences are about 6 feet,
Yeah, standard fence not on top of another
yeah.
structure is typically 6 feet.
Yeah. Like I say,
If you wanna make it, can you, is there any place where you could just say minimum 6-foot fence for heights,
let me see.
structure?
Okay, G on the next page. Proposed wall and eastern side of the detention pond must be provided with a fence or other barrier.
Yeah,
So,
that's where I have how high question mark.
so should we add into that condition a 6-foot, minimum 6-foot fence?
If the board has a strong feeling that you'd like to further modify the condition, then that would be the way to go about it.
Also modify the condition.
Okay,
Yeah.
Minimum
okay.
and 6 foot, okay.
I don't think we need a separate vote on that one. We'll vote the whole thing when we get to it.
All right. And that should be it for me on that.
That's it. Okay. So, any further discussion then on that? No? Then, once again, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we can go to
What, I got one more thing on that.
Whoops.
Put down 6 foot, please. When is the proper time to have, right now, I think, is it phase 2? Phase 1 and phase 2 are gonna be before the special town meeting
Yeah.
coming up.
Mhm.
You say no.
Phase, oh, well,
For the,
phase
for-
1,
phase 1
Phase
had a screw up
right, okay.
somewhat, but I think that's supposed to be coming back in for this special
Town meeting.
fall town meeting.
Right.
Is phase 2 also?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once the town has accepted that,
Mhm.
do you feel that I feel that the the homeowners should be involved with this because it's gonna be their responsibility. Should they not be here learning about what's going on in the future? Or, I don't wanna tell Clee, because once Clee sells that last house and that's it, and then all the people are gonna sit around and, what are we supposed to do? Who's teaching them? Who's gonna teach the homeowners? I don't know, I mean, it just sticks
I
in
don't,
the back of my mind. I don't wanna leave it as a blank.
I don't think we really have any means to do much of anything with that.
Should Clee maybe ask the HOA people, or, he's supposedly collecting monies for it now, I thought.
I think the only thing that I can think of is, I suppose we could just notify Clee that he needs to make sure that the homeowners are aware of the homeowners association. But by the same token, that supposedly is written into their deeds, agreements, and whatever, somewhere along the line.
Right, but
So-
they
so
also
that's-
should be,
That's up to their lawyers to,
well, it's up to them also, does that hiring, or okay, you're gonna be the chairperson, you're gonna be the clerk and all that
Mhm.
stuff. This group is gonna go and find out what the responsibilities are for them.
Well, I think there's a lack everywhere that nobody's doing that. So I'm not sure that we can
Well,
solve
I
the
think,
problem for everybody.
maybe not for everybody, but I think we should dangle a carrot out there. Hey, listen, you people are gonna be responsible for this. You're gonna learn now, or you're gonna sit there and say, ugh.
And then they're gonna say,
Put it
well,
on a warrant for the town and let the town take it over.
but then they're gonna say, who's gonna tell us what we have to do?
Yeah.
There's really nobody
That's
there.
just it.
There's
Well,
not a-
that's up to Clee
If
and
there's
them,
not
I
a
would think, but I
solution.
mean, if they want to be involved, sitting in the audience, knowing what's going on, probably should have, long before now. But I just think that it's just one of the,
Until the town has taken over that subdivision, Clee would be the officer of the homeowners association.
For the whole
does it
development,
go phases?
would that cover previous phases?
Town council.
I don't know that it used to be. I think when the subdivision is fully completed,
Needed. Mhm.
right now he's the trustee of the trust.
Right.
I believe when as you are thinking as well, is that when the final phase is accepted, then trustees are created for the homeowners association,
Yeah.
and not later, then there's a transfer.
Yeah. And if he is the trustee at that point, then that's his job.
So
Is it to the end then? You have,
I believe that's
I believe so,
in the
yeah.
homeowners association document,
Yeah.
that's what
It doesn't make any sense any other way, really.
well, when the town takes over part of it, that's why I think
Mhm.
the responsibility sets to go on to the next person.
Well,
It might be worthwhile just asking some other towns or anything else like that, or see if somebody else knows anything like that.
I don't know. Can you look up anything
Yeah,
about
it's in the
this?
trust, it's in the homeowners association. There's a master trust or something equivalent to that that's on record,
Yeah.
and that identifies what the terms and conditions are.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of finding where that's at the registry of deeds, so.
Yeah. So, well, sometime we'll get a few extra hours.
Jesus.
So maybe we can get some clarity on it
Yeah.
at least.
And Tamika is keeping track of the funds for that? Because every time he sells a house, he's supposed to get so many dollar bills it's supposed to go to. I think Addison had it going to the homeowners association.
I don't know anything about that.
Isn't that part of the
I
conditions?
believe,
Nothing was established.
I don't remember where it had to go to. It was supposed to go into some sort of an account.
I thought it was going into account for, I wanted to go into the account for the open space.
Yeah.
That were there, so the people have money to do whatever they
We'd
want
have
in
to,
the
we'd have
open
to go back
space.
and look at the conditions of approval to see where it was going.
Would you make sure, Tamika, you got that in the minutes? So
Yeah.
we'll get in the future, the
Mhm.
conditions.
So,
Okay. All right, meanwhile.
okay, back at the ranch.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
are up to, I believe, the bond reduction for phase 3, which hopefully I will be able to keep straight in my mind.
So did we vote on that?
Yes.
Okay, we did vote.
We voted to approve the detention basin.
Detention basin.
What? Where did you go? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, 401, so that is with this. Okay. So, with detention basin out of the way, I will accept a motion to reduce the surety, well, let me see, let me read it as Dave has.
If you don't mind, that's
presented to me.
really preferable.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
A motion to reduce the tri-party agreement, which is the surety provided in GL Chapter 41, Section 81U, from $603,334.13 to $401,035, based on the Quinn Engine report of September 2nd, 2022, for the project known as the Brice Lemon Estates Phase 3.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Okay. That, I think, is everything on Brice Lemon. There was some other stuff in the report, but it's basically no further construction on anything. I have no idea whether Clee is going to be looking for Phase 3 acceptance at the town meeting.
I thought you said something in the springtime, I think. on that.
I'm kind of thinking that,
Yeah.
just the way I'm thinking, where the position that he's at right now.
Yeah.
I think, well, he would have needed to have started it already,
Yeah.
so,
What's the date of that meeting?
the what?
Hasn't-
town-
Town meeting?
Hasn't been
Hasn't-
set.
hasn't been set
That,
yet.
that makes me feel better for not knowing.
It will be in November.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, what am I looking for now? Next up is Brintnal Estates.
Actually, Mr. Chair, I wonder if you want to go back to Hilltop
Oh.
Estate subdivision,
Oh,
because that was time certain.
That's right. Okay, Hilltop Estates, we have received a reply, or an updated plan on Hilltop Estates that I guess supposedly, at least according to Mr. Blair, he thinks will clear up the fact that it was kind of thought to not really be a subdivision the way it was originally written.
yeah.
And all that stuff, which basically what he's done is, I guess he's just extended the, whatever it was called before, to now be a right-of-way all the way up through. And anyway, don't want to comment a whole lot on it, but I do feel that, number one, it's just common practice that this new revision should be sent out to Quinn Engineering for review, and probably, since we have already asked town council once, and this is a revision, maybe ship it off to town council as well.
I agree.
So
Mhm.
I'll accept a motion on either or both of those, or all together, or all together.
I make a motion on both of those, forward to Quinn and to town council for Hilltop Estates for review and determination.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on that one? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I am voting on that just because it's only an administrative thing.
Yeah.
It's because I have recused myself
Correct.
from any of the constructive work on it, so to speak. Okay,
So this is on the one on Brintnal Road.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Okay.
the hillside on. Okay,
And then before you go
Yeah.
to the next item,
oh,
there's been two requests.
Yep.
Top of the
this is
first section.
signing the, oh, wait a minute.
The first is
Do we
the,
need to vote on this too?
yes, please.
Yes. Okay,
To extend, to continue, we didn't open it up.
It has been open.
yeah, it's
These
been
are
open. This
continuances
is
from
all
here. It was
continuation.
open several months ago.
Oh, okay, continuation.
So I need a motion to continue the public hearing to 9/27 at 6:45, and extend the final action deadline to I think that's 16/23.
Yes. Yep.
So moved.
I don't know if I'm gonna be around. I
Hmm?
might be in Florida. We'll see. One can we hope.
You
At
vote.
the
I'll
meeting,
be here.
we have a Zoom access.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Marilyn already moved.
Oh, she
I
did second.
I
Excuse me.
made the motion.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, in the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you.
There you go. Now, on to Brintnal Estates.
Yes.
Somewhere, I thought we had a report on Brintnal Estates.
Yes, it's item 5 in the packet.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yep, there. There we go. Okay, so this is August 31st report. And actually, I don't really see much of anything in his report to question. I did not get a chance to go over and take a look at that this week.
Yeah, I haven't been over for a while. I gotta get over there.
I'm assuming they're working on that second wetland crossing at
Yeah.
this point. So, which, there's no doubt in my mind, his goal is to get that base coated pavement down before winter, so. Any questions or comments on the Brintnal Estates report?
No,
Okay.
for some reason or other, I had to look at August 22nd report. I never did. Was it something that he said? No, my fault. I'll take a look later.
Okay. Bear Hill 2, we also have a quick report on that, which basically, I guess the only comment to me of particular note is the last bullet, where he's saying that there should be a silt sack and the double catch in order to prevent blah, blah, blah. It hasn't been put in.
Is Concom, do they,
Have anything to do with that?
I would think that with siltation and things like that, they could probably,
We don't have anything before us.
no, is it something that we should ask them to handle? See, I don't know where the water, once the water and silt drops into this thing,
Mhm.
where does it
Where
Go.
does it go?
and come out? And to me, maybe Quint ought to take it one more step and tell us, is it, you know, so we know, is it our jurisdiction, or would it be Concom's jurisdiction? Because when you look at the picture, you can doggone well say Zeke's probably, he's absolutely right.
I would-
That's
I was
strange
trying to
that they
think.
never did anything. How many times?
Yeah, I know, it's been on a number of times.
Yeah. And to me, it's also, if it's filling up to the catch basin, but it goes just so far and then it runs to the next.
Yeah,
And that's not right.
well, we could certainly email Mr. Blair and tell him, hey, this has been an outstanding thing on the report for quite some time, please get it done.
If not, do you want us to call Concom for him?
Or DEP.
Or DEP? Oh, man.
And that seems to be about it. Like I say, I did not get a chance to even go look at that, but I'm assuming they're well underway building those houses.
Yeah.
I think that they got either 4 or 5 foundations in up there at least. So,
Oh, okay.
okay, wow. This is ridiculous.
You had 2 other quick items on there.
We have Planning Board Bylaw Subcommittee update.
I'm assuming that you canceled the last meeting.
Yes.
And the pathway from here will be to continue to look at the beginning, which is the, I can't take those words. The beginning, which is the part of the plan that will be by right, and then to move on to the custom
Mhm.
home, the
Major home.
Major home,
Major
thank
home,
you,
yeah.
major home occupation. And begin to start thinking about where we want to go from there in terms of having, projects that have the larger acreage involved. And also, we haven't really talked about changing the zoning on the big package that it's bordered on one portion by Glenwood Road and Route 68.
That, I don't think we can really accomplish anything for fall town meeting on that.
No, I agree
right.
with that.
No.
And we'll have to postpone that to the spring town meeting. There's a lot of details to be ironed out with that.
Mm. So,
So are we looking to reschedule a meeting for next Wednesday?
Yes.
I think there's an AgCon meeting on the Tuesday before that.
Yes.
So Wednesday would be the
Yeah.
preferred date for this one.
okay. And finally, prison camp
Wednesday, the 21st.
report, which, when
Prison
was it?
camp.
Yeah,
Down back, over yonder.
when was it? So we had Lynn Turcott in. She was at something.
We discussed this at the Master Plan
The
Steering
master
Committee
plan,
meeting, in
yes.
passing,
Yes.
as it ties to the historical,
Yeah.
cultural resources chapter.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I know.
We were just
in that-
discussing it next door at the
Yeah.
historic.
Yeah.
And it was put on the agenda as an informational item.
Yeah.
Which I guess,
Oh, my gosh.
Why'd you show up if he
D-
supposed to be a force for good?
DCR has turned themselves around again, and now they said they want to demolish all of the ruins. Okay, after
After the historic has spent how much money?
Well, I don't know how much they've spent, but they've gotten money
50,000.
to put up fences and that sort of thing, to make it reasonably secure and that sort of thing.
Do they have a rationale for that?
Well,
The
course.
DCR, the rationale is it's a safety issue.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
There are crumbling walls, there are crumbling ceilings, and, all of this kind of nice stuff. Which, yeah, I can kind of see their concern, but, by God, there's dead trees in the woods.
yeah,
Right.
The kid can walk under and they can fall.
oh, yeah.
Come on.
Why wouldn't signage suffice in this case, It's been this way for
Yeah,
100 years.
Yeah, well,
And
kids don't read signs either.
Yeah.
No, they don't, but they
Yeah,
accept the town of
yeah.
liability if they're there.
Yeah, and I, like I say, I totally disagree with DCR.
Did they not get more money for the maintenance of the whole area beyond what the historic commission has also gotten? That was my
Mr. Chair,
understanding.
before you answer the question, if we're gonna open this up to a general conversation, I know we probably all are familiar with each other, but for the public who's not, could you just have your
Yeah.
name and address for the record, please?
Evan Sawyer, 31 Pequot Trail,
Thank you.
So,
and Scott Day.
91 Glenwood Place.
okay. So, and I, at that master plan committee meeting, I did suggest to Lynn Turcott that she, along with whatever other campaigning they do, that they go to the various boards here in town and see if they can get letters of support. I have not heard anything since then, but I don't know, I suppose we could even just kind of make a resolution here, let's say, that should we be asked to write a letter of support, that we would certainly do so.
I agree and second that, I'll make that
A motion?
so moved.
Okay.
Slightly emotional about it, I am, and too many years it being over there. And at least the last 4 years, they went back to the EMT or through dispatch to find out how many times they sent any police or ambulance down there.
Mhm.
None.
None, yeah.
So, so far so good. And the historic did say, yes, the tunnel is something that probably could be collapsed or whatever because it's too hard to fix it if you had to do anything with it. So. But I suggested the manure pit wall one or shed or whatever you want to call it over there, but they call it a manure shed. Fill it full of chips. If anybody's on the wall or something like that, if they're going to fall in, fall in with chips. But our biggest thing is the root cellar. We feel that that's something that should be saved because that is pretty decent. And they also have spent a lot of money for fencing and other grates and other things, or, for the cells. And they feel that for the time being, yes, it probably should be saved.
Yeah. So anyway, that's, I don't really think there's much of anything more for us to do, other than saying, if asked, we will absolutely give this.
Give what?
We will absolutely give them our support,
And you're talking about the support to leave it
as it is.
as
Yeah.
it is.
And you would grant the support if they request it.
Yes. Mhm.
Just to let you know, that they over at the Historic Commission showed a folder filled with the surrounding towns, letters and everything else for support and to keep it open.
Mhm.
And I forgot how many names it was. I think it was, had a folder,
Yeah.
2,000
Oh,
names.
Mhm.
So it is, I think they better just, before Dan opens his mouth, listen.
Yeah.
It sounds like the perfect spot for your electric fences.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
Right.
I'll bring that up on Thursday night at the Ware River Advisory Committee meeting.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, that's the end of our agenda.
Believe it or not. You ready?
I'm ready.
Move to adjourn. And you?
Second.
Seconds it.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
7:17.